Hey everyone, welcome to the second round of Hot Sauce Battle 2020. To kick us off, we have Jim Harmon.
Thank you, thank you. I just want to sit around the house, drink my wine with you, get high, and fuck like fools. Tell you I love you, and make believe I'm your drunken king, and you're the death of me. And maybe, mama, we can find a way to get by. Be a real mess, two of us, half dressed and all fucked up, but no one ever said it better. Lives were better lived by the respectable types. Ooh, we'll get by. Shout all night about how life is just so crazy and just so fine. Wake up the neighbors and they'll try and make us quiet down, but we'll throw our bottles out the door and say whatever to whatever they say. Say whatever to whatever they may say. Oh, when they just lay down, I put the sweetest kisses on your mouth, and we can talk about whatever. Thank you.
How you doing today, man?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm good.
Thanks for asking me to come out.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to have you here. Thanks for coming in. I know it was a little short notice, but we had a slot open. Figured we'd have some fun with it. So,
Pleased to do it. Always.
so you've been doing all right throughout this whole thing? Very good?
Yeah. You know, it's strange, but I picked up a lot of new hobbies, and I'm spending a lot of time with my family, which is great. And we'll get through it.
Yeah, I'm asking him these questions like I don't know, but we share the same child.
This is true.
His son is also my stepson. So.
Hey, Greg.
Yeah. Hey, Greg. Hey, everybody. But when he says, I'm basically part of his family. So, appreciate the song, Jim, and we'll see you when we finish burning our tongues off. All right. Thanks, buddy.
Awesome. Well, thanks. Welcome back to this is the second part of round 2, Hot Sauce Battle 2020, in association with IamAVL. We have some other hot sauces in the front here. Halfway through the set, we're going to go for the Firewalker hot sauce round, where we have a representative of Firewalker here to taste some hot sauces and come up with the most unique hot sauce that we have out there. And earlier on, we had our sponsors. We had Bhramari Brewing Company and Wicked Weed, and this afternoon we've got Chris McLean from Highwire Brewing Company and Mark Tonzi from Highland Brewing Company, along with Kenzie over here, for those of you that need to get married in this in this time, and
when we're getting married again,
want to do it with 6 of your closest friends. Kenzie's here to take care of that for you. And of course, Joe Marple, the brainchild behind this hot sauce battle. Joe, tell us a little bit about what's going on.
All right, so we're coming up to the second half of the Sweat 16 round. I kind of like to call it that. It's aside from the Sweet 16, the Sweat or Sweaty 16.
I hate that, but it's great.
You love it. We've had plenty of good sauces to choose from, a lot of great competition. Thank you to everyone who made a sauce. Y'all are doing a killer job, and we've had some tough decisions to make. We had to go from 4 judges to 5 judges because we kept having too many ties with only 4 judges and having to get John, the sound guy, up here and some of the musicians that have been here to be our tiebreaker judge. And we're still all at a safe distance and doing this respectfully and responsibly, so we're good to go.
I'd prefer to be further apart from Chris.
Yeah.
Most people would.
Chris is very far away from me, so I'm okay.
Most people have been practicing social distancing around me for years.
That's true.
And we've had some killer, obviously, brewery sponsors coming in with the beers and helping us out with this, and helped sponsor the prizes for the winners. So thank you, obviously, to Chris and Mark that's here now, and also everyone from Wicked Weed and Bhramari. And we also have Firewalker in the house today, who I wanted to compete, but they were nice enough to decline, but still be involved and help us out with a additional prize, redemption prize for some of the sauces that didn't quite make the cut, but they're still very good, very unique. So we'll get to that later on. Yeah.
So let's start. So Mark and Chris, you guys have been here before, so we've changed up a little bit. We're just tasting number 1 and number 2 from the top going down, just so that can be, you don't know who's got what hot sauce and whatnot. And then we'll talk a little bit about the entrance after that. So let's just go straight in for it, guys. Crack a beer.
Right.
And top number 1. Good little smoke on it, I think. Chris, tell me how was your day the other day after tasting some of the lighter of the hot sauces? I think these are a little heavier than they were the ones that you tried.
You know, I was actually a little worried, especially since I spent the whole next day in a kayak. I was a little fearful that it was going to come back and tear me up, but it was actually not that bad. I'm glad I got the light day.
So you went? Didn't you do like 72 miles at the French Broad?
Yeah,
like
it was. It was not as far as I wanted. I wanted to get 120, but 72 in a day, I think that's okay.
Is that more than last year?
It was 1 whole mile more than last year.
Good job.
Which boat did you use?
Dagger Stratos. Nice. So nice touring boat.
What made you stop? It was too much. You were tired. Your body started giving in, or did the hot sauce? You could blame it on the hot sauce.
The hot sauce. It's
Blame it
coming
on the
back.
salt.
Had to get out of the boat really rapidly.
Is that like a kayaker pond or something?
Kenzie, what do you think about hot sauce number 1? Now, you said earlier on that you're not a big fan of something too
so
spicy,
I like
right?
hot sauce, but I'm not a fan of stuff that's just spicy to be spicy. So it actually has to taste good. This first one I like because I'm Southern. I like everything to be sweeter. So the first, number 1 seems a little sweet to me. Which I
Yeah,
like.
it does have some sweetness to it.
Yeah, and the heat's on the end, which I like because you actually get to taste what you're putting it on first.
And I gotta say to your point there, pretty much all the sauces that we've had. I mean, some of them have had some ball busting heat, and some of them have been on the more mild side. But they've all been pretty flavorful.
Yeah.
We've had very good stuff so far. None of them was it that we've tried is like, oh, I only taste the heat and that's all.
Yeah.
That's definitely not been the case. Go ahead and roll into the second one here.
Oh, okay. Also, having a bunch of beer around makes it a lot easier to eat a bunch of hot stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
We touched base on this the other day. I'm still trying to figure it out, but sorry, there's a real sharp object sitting out in my stool. Hot sauce the other day, we talked about IPA and anything too hoppy and how it affects the spice. Someone tell me about it while I cut myself.
So, hops intensify heat is basically the gist
Oh,
of
great.
it. If you're drinking an IPA along with something spicy, it's just gonna amplify that.
Yeah, and conversely, it actually amplifies the bitterness impact of the beer too. So if you're a big fan of spicy food and bitter beer together, if you do pair them, they contrast, but they really just elevate each other.
Around here, yeah.
So what are your thoughts on those first hot sauces, Mark? What do you think?
The first one, I'm a sucker for smoke, and the heat's really nice and mellow. It's balanced. It's got a lot of flavor to it. The second one has this really unique, almost like, I want to say green bean character to it. Like right on the nose. It's like it's
Okay.
really fresh. It's vibrant. It's green, and
Oh, you know what? You're right.
it's got a lot more. It's got a lot more heat to it. But are you asking for my vote?
You can take your time if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna take another second because they both have such different qualities to it. You know, like I said, the smokiness, a little bit of that sweetness, like Kenzie said, and then like nice long lingering heat. And this other one is just like straight up, like really fresh up front, and then a lot of heat, and then it sort of dies down. So I'm
Glad you pointed out that
a beat.
green bean. I didn't catch
Yeah.
that before.
Mm-hmm.
I know
There
if you-
is that thing though when people tell you like that you're hearing something that then you hear those words and you can't hear something else. But like that is I was getting like kind of a kombucha fermenty sort of thing
Yeah.
from it too. But canned green bean
Yep.
is very much in there, which is not a negative at all because I love canned green beans.
Yeah, there's a pretty big portion of the sauces that we've had in this tournament that have used some type of fermentation, fermented chilies. You know, I'd say there's been at least 10 to 15 out of the 32 that we initially had, which is it's a perfect way to start a sauce. I mean, a lot of store-bought hot sauces or what have you, any type of hot sauces start life that way. So, Kenzie, you have a choice yet
On the first round?
on the first
Oh,
round?
the first one for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to like keep eating it, but I'm not going to.
All right, Mark, what you got?
I'm going with number one as well. Just a little bit more, again, well-rounded. It's got a little bit more complexity to it. I could see using that on a host of things.
Okay, Chris.
I'm in the same boat, honestly. I love the smokiness, the little like sweetness, like almost a fruity like mango or some type of sweetness on there.
I just like the heat that the heat is at the end.
Yeah, and a more mellow heat.
Yeah.
So.
And a note really to Kenzie and Mark, if you're in the same boat as Chris, you may want to get out real quick. 'Cause, he's
All that hot sauce.
sharding his pants.
Very well known.
Well, cool. We don't even have to vote on this.
No, we don't.
No.
We're in the clear. That's 3 for the first one, and 3 out of 5's a winner.
So just to talk a little bit about, we had so the second one was Tom Forza from 9 Mile. Also used to do some work with Mission Health. And the first one, the winner on that round is Dalai Lama. Deli Lama. So Llama
Deli Llama's
Spit.
the jam.
So she's put together a great sauce. She was actually gonna start a hot sauce company right as COVID-19 hit. So they had to put that on the back burner for a little bit. But back burner, yeah, it was intentional. So she's going through to the next round on that. Tom won't be, but great sauce.
And go check her out on the
either way.
truck. I'm sure. I'm not sure whether she usually sets up shop, but I'm sure she's still pumping food off the truck
She
right now.
was
right?
really frequently at
Catawba, right?
and Haywood Country Club.
Haywood Country Club. That's
Yeah.
right. I just saw something that she was there Sunday on Mother's
Nice.
Day. Yeah. So look for her at Haywood Country Club. She's still setting up there. I'm not sure what days, but she got that Facebook page, so you can follow her,
So
see
good.
where she's at, and get some of that good stuff. So, all right.
That's something we talked about. One of the cool things that we've done through this whole tasting is when you get some of the sauces that are very different, but if you were to mix them both together, you end up with like this amazing perfect sauce. We've done that a few times.
Super sauce, mega sauce. Yeah. And it's really worked.
And that's what we've got on this next one. We got 2 very different
Yeah.
styles of sauces. One's a little on the thicker side, more of a spread, I think, and then the lighter
Yeah, it's
style.
a dip.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right?
I did provide, I think, everyone with a spoon, just in case you needed to,
It's like chocolate.
because, it's definitely a way more, it's more of a
It's definitely
paste or a
thick with
dip
like
or...
2 C's.
Right. So, Mark, while we're trying these, why don't you tell us a little bit about what Highland's been up to during this time and the beers that you brought along with you today?
Yeah, sure, man. So Highland, obviously, March 15th, 16th rolled around and we shut our doors in the tasting room. But what we've been doing is really focusing on getting the meadow ready for when we do reopen, and then just doing projects all around the brewery, whether it's painting or landscaping, anything like that. Right now, we're refitting the whole tasting room and the whole facility with, zero-touch faucets, some more sinks and hand washing stations, more sanitizers, decals on the floor to keep people socially distanced. We're really, preparing to welcome Asheville back in the right way at the right time, when people are comfortable. Luckily for us, our facility sits on 40 acres, and so, even at 25% capacity, we can still handle a pretty good group of people. So just making sure that everybody's staying healthy and safe. We're donating 10% of our to-go sales to the One Bunkum Fund for those who have been affected by COVID-19 who have lost employment, and small business grants. So come pick yourself some to-go beer up at Highland. Those suitcases of 16-ounce cans have been extremely popular. We call them the Big Relief Pack. So a lot of people have been enjoying those, and then our variety packs as well. But the one that I brought today for us, after we did the Rising Haze with last week, those tropical flavors went well, but I wanted to bring the Star Chaser because, low IBUs, like we were saying, low bitterness. It's a Belgian-style white ale, so Star Chaser white, and we actually partner with Spice Walla, which is a local spice merchant. And so we use grapefruit peel, candied ginger, and then coriander seed, all sourced from Spice Walla, ground up fresh in every batch of this beer. So I said, it's going to help mitigate that heat a little bit. It's also going to really scrub the capsaicin off your tongue a little bit and just kind of provide a freshness to the palate as you venture on to the next sauce.
Yeah, definitely helps cleanse the palate, and it's also refreshing and delicious at the same time. So, and,
I'm also very excited for you to get the meadow open. I've been talking to 2 different brides about the possibility of outdoor weddings and being able to have space for everyone to sit far away.
Yeah.
And you guys are one of the venues that comes up.
Oh yeah, and
really
another
frequently.
one of the upfits. We actually are, it's always been, the facility's been ADA compliant, but the meadow is now, we actually put in some new concrete and everything's super accessible. We are putting in volleyball courts behind the bar there, so we were able to take all of that dirt and regrade the meadow and reseed it. So
What happened to the meadow? Was there do you have a bunch of people in there or something like that?
yeah, something like 5,000 people a couple of times, and it just seems like every time we do that, there was a torrential downpour either before, during, or after.
We mentioned this before.
Yeah.
If there was ever going to be a drought, all the Orange Peel had to do was put a show on at Highland Brewing Company, and boom, there you have it.
I don't give a
I don't
shit.
know a single
I get
person
my
who didn't go to that show,
that's
though,
like the rain,
by the
the actual
way.
rain.
I had a great time in the mud out there.
Yeah, the show that you guys put on together, I can't remember who it was now, but I know it was very
It was
important.
St. Paul and the Broken Bones, right?
We had St. Paul and the Broken Bones.
Yeah.
We had Primus out there.
Primus, yeah.
Primus. Everybody went.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody was very excited about it still.
Which one was muddier though? They were both a mud
I'm gonna
fest.
hope Primus.
Primus, I mean, at least that first year that Primus came, I remember being up front, and when they started playing My Name is Mud in the Encore, I literally saw people picking up clumps of mud and
Of
throwing
course.
it.
Oh, good.
That's when I immediately went to the back of the crowd.
Woodstock 99
Too old for
moment.
that.
That's great. Love that.
Woodstock 99. Yep, for sure. What else did we do out there? I forget what other shows we did. We did
St. Paul and Broken Bones, Band of Horses, Primus
Rate
twice. Rate Lift was probably, oh man, that was just a spectacular show. What a good crowd and what a good time. That was incredible. We actually ended up hanging out with him in the
Lucero
distillery
Lucero
for a
and
little while.
Clutch and who was the other band? There was 3 bands.
It was Lucero, Clutch, and was it the
The
Sword?
Sword, yeah.
Yep.
The Sword, yeah, those were the 3. That was fun. I was at that one too. Well, I'll tell you what, man. That first sauce, the thicker one.
Oh yeah,
That's a-
sauces.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
We're
a
not even
creeper.
used to interact
That's
with
a
humans.
that's a creeper, man.
That's good.
It smacks you right in the mouth, and it's good. The flavors are really fucking awesome.
It's super Chipotle forward.
Yeah. It also has aromatic spice as well as the capsaicin
doesn't-
chili heat.
This
Man, that's
isn't
an
very
all-over
strong,
spice.
though.
It reminds me of a mole, and I
Yeah.
think when I tasted this one before,
Yeah.
well, it doesn't have the chocolate or cocoa, but it's got a little bit of that profile, and it's
Right.
it's really good.
Does it have some strawberry in there? Like a little smoke and a little strawberry in there, maybe?
I don't know if there's.
Is your
I
nose
can't-
significantly
I want
better?
that on
than
smoked
I
pork
think there
shoulder or
might be
something, like smoked
pineapple
pepper
or
something.
mango in
Yeah.
that one. I can't quite remember, but
I want to put that on meat and then roast it.
yeah,
Like
I was
I don't
just
want
saying,
that,
smoked
I want that to be a
portfolio.
part of cooking something.
Oh, it
For
absolutely,
sure.
it absolutely could. We've had several sauces like that.
Yeah.
That would definitely work as a marinade or just your base spice and seasoning.
It's really good.
Yeah, these are two opposite sides of the spectrum sauces for sure.
You know, the second one's got more of that Tabasco kind of feel to it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, definitely.
good kind of like a breakfast hot sauce.
That's on. I need that on greens immediately.
Yeah, because it's got that acidic
Yeah,
vinegar
it'll
punch.
cut through fat. Like, and that's the weird thing is that one I want to
It's
keep
got
eating
this
it, but
fruity,
it's too
almost,
hot for me.
it's got this fruity, almost appley
Yeah.
aftertaste to it.
All right. Voting time. It does have that apple.
Mine's 2.
Kenzie, you got number 2?
Yeah.
All right.
It's super hot and I can't eat any more of it, but it's really, I feel like it'd be really amazing on like something very dull like greens or beans or something.
Okay. Mark?
Again, so different, man. I mean,
So different.
Yeah.
hard to judge them just on their quality alone. But I'm gonna actually go number 1. Again, complexity, a lot of like that spice. There's like some clove and kind of cinnamon coming through, and just the heat's really nice. That full palate, like back of the palate, on the tongue, aromatic.
Yep.
So I got number 1.
Chris? Ooh.
I had to go back for another little taste just to confirm. I actually think I'm gonna go number 1 as well.
Okay.
I really love that. At first I took a bite and was like, oh, there's not a whole lot of spice going on, and then
Kind of creeps up, right?
then
Yeah.
the beads of sweat started rolling, and yeah, I really love it. Plus, such a great flavor. I'm all about it.
Cool. All right. Joe?
This is a hard one. They're both really good in very, very different ways, but just for all the way around, I'm gonna go with 1. I love that flavor, man. There's so much going on, and then that heat just hits you. You're just like, oh, this is a little bit mild. Wham!
Yep.
You know what I mean? And there it is, and it's enjoyable to me. So, yeah, first one gets my vote.
Don't
Very
even
close.
have to vote. But
No, you don't.
All right,
You've
you
been
go
lucking
first next
out
time.
left and right.
Yeah.
I mean,
What were your votes though?
You could-
My vote
you can always throw your
for...
2 cents
Wait,
out
are you
there.
allowed to vote?
Yeah.
You've got
Yeah,
your-
that's
your
why there's
card
5
and
of us.
everything.
I do have I have my green card. I actually got my citizenship recently, so thanks for. I'm no longer a possibility of deportation.
Well, glad for that.
Now I can do whatever I want, right? Isn't that how that works?
Yeah,
Free reign.
100%.
Fucking,
My vote on that one was going to be for the first one as well. I like it. It's a little bit of like, I don't know, sweetness on the backside of it that I really like, almost chocolatey, but
It's definitely like a mole thing, and
Yeah.
that might be why I went the other way because mole's not really my thing.
okay. But so looking at them real quick, as I didn't have to vote, the first one and the winner on that was Mamacitas.
yeah.
So they have their magic sauce that is always on their tables, but they made something special for this competition.
Nice.
So we're super
Death
excited
Slap,
about
I
that.
believe it was called. But as I said last round, when John handed it to me through the drive-through window, I picked it up. As he said, they were gonna just submit the magic sauce. They made this especially for us, and he said it was motherfuck something, but I can't remember.
Sounds like done.
But and then it just says Death Slap with a description of the notes of the sauce on the container. But
I think that's what you say when after you like as that bite just
it's still burning
kicks you in the
Yeah,
face.
I mean,
It's
I
still
tried it
burning.
again, and now my tongue is definitely a
it's
little
like
bit more out there.
motherfuck.
And
So-
the one that didn't quite make it through was Justin Schmidt and Mike Gamula. They present Orange Sunshine Hot Sauce. So
I loved that, which is surprising. It was way hotter than anything that I usually like.
Yeah.
And I
it was.
don't like Tabasco.
I
Like,
don't
at all.
either. No.
Well, it's similar to Tabasco in
Vinegar
consistency,
and- yeah.
but it doesn't.
Oh, it doesn't taste anything like Tabasco. I'm
Yeah,
not
it's
saying
10
that.
times
Right.
better than Tabasco.
100%.
Exactly. I think
But
we
you know,
said
there's
the
the
exact same thing about that sauce last time we tasted it. Because Tabasco's meh. I mean,
Tabasco's trash.
moderate.
Yeah, on paper, I wrote that down.
What is we talked
Give me
about this the
Crystal
other
any day of the
day.
week over Tabasco.
Meh.
We talked about this the other day. If you're gonna have a hot sauce and you're gonna go with one of those regulars, whether it be like Cholula or the
Yeah, what's your go-to?
I mean, Valentina.
That-
okay.
Valentine is always the number one.
Okay.
Then Cholula. And then not sriracha, green bottle, regular, but like sambal sriracha. Or chili crunch actually is way better.
Chili crunch.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
they have it at Kim's, right? I've heard
They've got
about
it
this
at
stuff.
all the different Asian markets. YZ is open again, so please go support them because they're amazing. But it's essentially a very scary looking red jar with, I want to say, fried chili flakes and
Yeah, and
oil
garlic.
and peanuts.
Yeah,
there
there's some kind of
weirdly.
garlicky crop. I haven't tried it. I've heard about it, and I need to investigate this. And
If this is the thing that you're watching on the internet, please go to your local Indian, Asian, whatever market of people who specialize in this and buy things that look scary in a bottle and educate yourselves on amazing hot sauces because like that chili crunch I get in my stocking for my mother every year for Christmas.
Okay.
oh, that's
I
very,
know.
very
She's
sweet.
very good.
All right. Well, finishing up that first part of the second round, we're gonna go with go to the Firewalker part
Okay.
segment of this, where Representative Firewalker is gonna come up and try some, and we're gonna get a prize out of that. So I'm gonna step off for a second here.
Far away.
Air elbow bump. Yes. All right. Well, how's everybody up here doing so far in round two?
Doing well.
Fairly
doing well.
fantastic.
Yeah. Well, I guess I can take my my anti-tasting device off. Set it here.
It'd be hard to taste anything through that.
Well, it looks like there's quite a few choices up here to begin with,
Yeah.
but
Yours are the ones on the stools over there, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
on the stools down here.
Yes.
Well,
Or in front.
You know, is there one I should try first as we're getting started here? Is there left to right, or
I would go.
are all of these from the previous round? Tell me about where these came from.
Let me set it up.
Don't tell me where they came from, but tell me how they're
So
here.
these are some of the sauces that were either unique or very good that did not get past the first round.
Okay.
So we have, I just threw out a handful of them that we all really liked. Unfortunately, they took a loss and did move on. But
Well,
each
every
of them
championship
are
needs a
either
winner.
some
Some sort,
Yeah,
so.
there's got to be a winner.
Yeah.
But so this is kind of like a redemption round. You know,
Okay.
how in Top Chef they have last chance kitchen. You know, but they're not going to get back in the running. They're just to get some recognition.
Well,
So-
that's the thing about the whole food world in Western North Carolina, Asheville, of course, and in the world in general, is that there's so many different types of flavors of food and beverage that go well together and stand on their own. And I'm excited to try some here. I'm just gonna
Start on the far
I'm
left,
just gonna-
my left here.
okay. I'm just gonna start over here.
Yeah, and there's also a spoon if you need.
A spoon, yes.
Some of the ones are a little bit thicker.
Well, I'm gonna try these and kind of talk through this a little bit. I am Franco. My wife and I do own Firewalker Hot Sauce Company here in Asheville, and there's definitely some peanut on the nose here. I'm feeling.
Yeah, that
Okay.
one is
I'm
the.
definitely getting some. Don't tell me where it's coming from.
No,
That's
no.
Gonna,
I want to peep out.
But it definitely has some peanut action there. Maybe some sort of carrot or something. It's got some very thick, maybe even peanut butter kind of consistency to it. But
When applicable, I can give you the notes that I have on
okay.
on some of these sauces. I'm not going to tell you where they come from, but
I appreciate your candor.
right. So,
Well, yeah, my goal is to taste these and to really be able to help everybody who is not going to go on to the final round know that just because you're a food or a beverage company, any sort of service persons here in Western North Carolina or in the world, that we still appreciate what you do, even if you're not able to do it every day because of the current situation in the world.
we've had some great ones so far, man. Whether they be professional chefs or growing their own chilies and making them from home. So the first one you tasted got fire roasted bird's eye chili, habanero, jalapeno, strawberries, ginger, and garlic, and finished with some citrus and vinegar.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
That last one there, I feel like was maybe a little bit of maybe some ginger in there.
You tried this one. So I'm not going to give up who it is, where it came from.
I'm not going to look. Just going to taste.
Ají amarillo peppers. It's described it as a ceviche hot sauce.
Okay,
So,
that would
A
definitely do
ceviche
good
hot
with
sauce?
yeah, that's
with,
that's how it's described.
some
So-
fish. I
That
could
one will
definitely see
not
that.
stay here, clearly.
Yeah, that one and the one on the end, I know what it is. So
Well, I gave you the wrong description on the first one. I didn't realize. I thought you started over here. So
Well, we are
My
in this.
bad.
We're in this quadrant, but we're supposed
Yeah.
to stay 6 feet
Yeah.
apart. I think so. It's like,
right.
what
So
exactly
The
did he
idea
try?
The first one was very first one you tried.
You did
smoked
try the one on
habanero.
the far left first.
Oh,
Your
you
far
did-
left.
You did taste
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so you're tasting this one.
Yes.
Now.
Yeah.
That one's smoked.
It's moving quick.
Quick habanero mango,
Yeah.
carrots, mango nectar, onions, lime juice.
I see carrots in hot sauce a lot. Is there a reason for that?
Well,
Like as a hot sauce guy?
we do have carrots in our flavors of hot sauce as
Yeah.
well for a couple reasons. One is that we love to have fresh fruits and vegetables in
Sure.
our food because that's going to make everything just taste brighter and better.
Right.
We do have carrots in ours for a couple reasons that include both color,
Yeah.
but most importantly, they have a natural sweetness that will help balance out a lot of the flavors that are going to be in
Okay.
with capsaicin, like you guys were talking about. There's a lot of things like making your beer taste more bitter. There's a lot of ways that you can have food and drink pairings together that will help to bring certain flavors forward. So carrot is definitely a good one. And this hot sauce here, I'm feeling like it definitely has maybe some apple cider or some sort of a sweeter juice to it. But I think it has carrot in it as well. Actually, since carrot and pineapple,
That's what
since
I'm
we were
saying, I see
talking
it a
about
lot.
that, that is quite yummy.
Okay.
Now, it's always good to have a little bit of water between tastings, just to kind of like ginger when you're taking sushi off of a plate to kind of reset your palate a little bit. But I would say that everything I've tasted so far has been very bright and flavor forward. That last one I think was the spiciest one I've tried so far. But a lot of these chefs and creative people here that are making these hot sauces, are probably just choosing from one of many different varieties of things that they could create and put into a bottle for you. Just like asking 10 chefs how you make your remoulades, your aiolis. They're going to give you a couple different ways that they make it specifically to what they do. Just like with our hot sauces at Firewalker, we want to make sure that we're bringing flavor first and heat second, like you said, but
Right.
to really not overpower what all these great chefs and culinary folks here in Western North Carolina are doing, but also what you guys are doing at home when you go to the store and you, now more than ever, when you're buying the food that you're buying. It's really important to make sure that we're not just eating bland food all the time. And,
Yeah.
there's a lot of ways that you can make sure that your food is exciting. And one of the ways, of course, is to spice it up. And also to drink lots of Bhramari and Highwire and Highland and a lot of other beers. This one here has some cilantro on the nose for sure. I feel like it's maybe a jalapeno based. Whoa.
Yeah, you got the green one that time.
The
right?
green one there, yeah.
Yeah.
That's got some. I feel like what you were saying with the green bean flavor, it just has a fresh, bright greenness to it that would be very, very good with maybe pork. I feel like that would be delicious. But I don't know who is this from. I just got to keep tasting them. That's
Yeah.
really a really good one. Okay, so I'm gonna go with this yellow one here in front. I'm not gonna look at it, but I'm gonna taste it. There's a couple hundred restaurants and tourist destinations like the Biltmore Estate, the Grove Park, countless boutique shops and stores in West North Carolina that have been affected in so many different ways that also carry our hot sauces. And, during this time, a lot of stuff that we've been working on, besides just coming here and being able to share times like this with you guys, was actually digging into our vault a little bit, and we might have some new stuff coming for you guys too out there in the retail world as well.
Yeah, that'd be great.
In the next, you never know, next 30 days maybe.
Nice. Yeah,
Fingers crossed.
so I get the chili crunch from my mom almost every year in my stocking. I give Firewalker to my brothers almost every. We're kind of a hot sauce family, which is weird that I came up here being so bold. to say that I don't like hot sauce. I like good hot sauce. I'm very particular.
Well,
I
it's
guess.
hard to not be bold when you have awesome artwork all over you like that, on your arms like
Yeah.
that. It's hard not to be bold.
I was very cool when I was in my 20s, not so much anymore.
This,
I don't know. I've
used
seen
to
you
be
around
really
town.
cool.
You're pretty cool. You're pretty cool.
I feel like this yellow hot sauce here up in front has some sort of maybe banana, passion fruit, mango kind of vibe going on. Very bright, and I think that one would definitely go well with some tacos.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I think I have one more that I'm going to try here.
I think you got two more.
Two more? Okay, this
Two
one
more.
here, and then
Yeah.
we're going to go with Oh man, this smells like a fiesta. It smells like could be in a Bloody Mary or a taco, for sure.
That's something to point out, man. A hot sauce that would work well in a cocktail, a Bloody Mary, even a margarita, even.
Yeah.
Or sometimes I just put a dash of hot sauce in a shot of tequila or vodka and just shoot
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we call that an upper in flames.
Prairie Fire is what I always called
Yeah.
the tequila version, and then I started doing the vodka version. I just started calling it a tater fire.
Tater fire.
That's Tater fire! cool.
Tater fire.
Yeah.
We would do them with rum, and it's the man o' war, because the jellyfish. And
Oh,
Yeah.
Japanese man o' war.
I always like the Bloody Marias, man. Like,
Yeah.
especially if you've got a decent reposado tequila, something that's got some oak on it. You've got some fermented like hot sauce. Or
I miss
something
going to
like
bars
that.
and drinking Bloody Marys
So
so
good.
bad. I hate this conversation so much.
All right, so
Okay, so you said I have one more.
one more.
Out front of a lot on your left facing out.
Did you try this one?
No, that's the last one.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the
That's
last
it.
one. Well, I'll do a little palate cleanser here.
Yeah.
Like so many different people in the world that are affected by what's going on right now, there's a lot of enthusiasm and information, education going on about better and best practices of just how to be a good human. And I feel like here in Western North Carolina, just by getting together with you folks, we're just trying to have a good time and show people that creativity has really all kinds of different ways that you can go, and if you can sweat and be nose running at the same time, then
Yeah.
why wouldn't you spend your Tuesday? Say Tuesday.
So far.
Who knows?
Tuesday. What day? I feel like it's Tuesday.
It's a nice release of endorphins,
Tuesday,
too.
October.
Yeah,
I feel like it's
like
Tuesday.
Turn around a little
for
bit.
Tuesday
Is it
for me, and I was like,
October?
I don't know what
I think it's
Tuesday
October.
is.
Well, this has some honey
feels
or
like
agave in
October,
it or
right?
something.
Sounds like October.
This has some sort of sweetness in it that's quite nice.
Yeah.
I feel like it's some sort of
As long as there's a balance, I don't like my hot sauces to be too sweet. It's got to work well with the other
Right.
flavors. I mean, as long
Hot
as there's
honey
a
is my favorite thing to put on
I mean,
everything.
I love a good honey habanero sauce, especially on wings or pork. But
Chicken.
right.
Pizza and cheese.
cheese, ooh.
Somebody asked me
Yeah.
what you should do with hot honey, and I was like, put it on any cheese you want to put it on.
Yeah.
That
Perfect.
sounds good. That sounds good to me. Well, these that I tasted were all very delicious, and in the interest of our event today here, I'm not going to announce a winner just yet. I'm going to
Okay.
cogitate and
Yeah.
marinate on those. I'll bottle it up inside and let you guys know later. But
That sounds fun.
as for now,
Nice bourbon.
it's all feeling very delicious, and I'm way more energized now just from standing up here with you guys.
And here's what I'm trying to say or get across. This is part of why we set it up this way. Can you believe that all these lost?
Well, it's hard to say what is the best in anything in the world now with so much creativity. I mean,
Right.
you look at in West North Carolina and Asheville, we have so many breweries and jewelry makers and painters and artisans and so many other types of local flair that makes our community special. But that's true across the whole world. There's things that make each community unique, and this here today in a microcosm is a way that we're helping make our unique part of the community, I think, a little bit less bland and a little bit more exciting and intense and flavorful. And I'm just excited to be here.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much. And like I told you before when I was emailing you, we all appreciate your product around here. Thanks for
Yeah,
pumping
good.
it out. It's
Yeah.
always at my restaurant. It's been at many restaurants that I've worked at over
Same.
the past several years. So, and
Well-
thanks for joining us. And I can't wait to hear your favorite.
Yeah, we appreciate that, and thanks for all the support from everybody. And I'll be thinking about this, and we'll come back up and we'll announce some exciting things later.
All right.
Until then, I guess I better keep a safe distance. Keep a safe distance.
Yeah,
Keep
take
it
your
plain.
spoon. Take your spoon.
I'm taking
over
the
here.
spoon and I'm getting out of here.
All right.
More later.
Thanks, sir.
No, Joe, to your point, it was kind of like Anthony was saying last time. You know, he judges a lot of food competitions. You know, I don't get to do this as much. Judge a lot of beer,
Yeah.
but
Right.
you know, usually in food competitions, you're like, okay, well, at least a third of these are going to be inedible, or you know, they're just going to be kind of like complete stinkers. I have not had one hot sauce that I wouldn't purchase.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same.
And like he was saying about, being creative with things. I mean, the creativity of the people in the area just shown through in this competition so far. I mean, just very, very good stuff, man. So happy to be doing this. And all right, let's go ahead and move ahead and quit running our jaws.
Why? It's so fun to hear other humans talk.
I know,
other
I know.
than just myself, and my fiance, and my dog.
I mean, I'm hanging out with other people with it, Yeah, this is good. I'm not just like standing on my porch at 2 o'clock in the morning doing shots and punching myself in the face.
You've
that's what
always
I-
done that even when I lived in Montford too. So
That's
not
true.
different.
You're right. You're right. Way to call me out.
I mean, saying, ooh. Not being biased, but that's really
All right. So
I just checked out the stream, and Kipper says big ups to Kenzie. So,
My fiance is watching it as he drives to Indiana right now. He just sent me a picture because he's a dork. Hi, Steven. You're an idiot.
I love that guy.
He's a good one.
He's good
People like
people.
him way more than they like me. He's way more fun. It's fine. It's a balance.
Well, I've just known you so long that I've tolerated.
That you're bored with me.
there's like a really vibrant kind of herb on that, but I'm not. Is it like oregano
On the second one?
on the first one,
I
Oh,
definitely taste oregano in that one.
right?
Yeah, in the first one.
it was like a Thai basil situation.
In the first one?
Maybe.
Could be.
Because it's kind of sweet. It's like floral. Not sweet. That's the wrong word.
Yeah.
Not as spicy as I would like, but you know.
No, not a whole lot of heat.
I do
just a
like-
But
little
I could
bit.
put a shit ton of this on something, which is
Yeah.
important.
It's very tart.
It's almost like lime or citrus in there too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm annoying to every chef that I ever work with because I want everything to be more acidic. So that first one is right up my alley.
And once again, with a lot of food, just to me, balance is key. I don't want something so acidic that it, wrinkles my tongue up.
I do. I do. I love sour stuff. That's why I got here and I was immediately like, sour beer. Yes, I also need another one.
Second one's definitely smoky.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That one's intense. Speaking of sour beers.
Was
There
it
you
the
go.
pink lemonade?
Yes.
Talking of pink lemonade, Chris. Fruity drinks just make me think of you.
Well, there's no White Claw here, so I have to drink something else, I guess.
Chris, tell us a little bit about what's going on with Highwire right now.
Yeah, so we actually packaged 2 new beers today. I left one of them on yours and Joe's table there. It's Mexican hot chocolate version of our 10W40 Imperial Stout that we did. I figured it'd be perfect thing to bring up here. We also just packaged a
try that before you try it.
milkshake IPA that we did with a brewery out of Dayton, Ohio called Branch and Bone.
Okay.
So I should have brought that up because it's got a little sweetness to balance
got that one.
oh, you've got one.
I got it next.
There you go.
I drink all your fancy stuff. It's a
love it.
requirement.
So we have those coming
Put it on my
out,
table.
and then also starting to hit the shelves this week is beer I talked about last time, but one that's really important to us. It's the donate to service industry workers by drinking this beer. Long title, but aptly named. We're donating proceeds of that to the North Carolina Brewers Guild as well as the U.S. Brewers Guild. North Carolina Restaurant Workers Foundation and U.S. Bartenders Guild. So trying to help out some of the friends and family we have that have been affected. I mean, we all have been affected like this. I mean, otherwise you'd see a really great band up here right now instead of these 5 knuckleheads. But it should be hitting the shelves this week, and really excited about that.
When you brought a beer last time, it was called a smoothie, but I had a
Yep.
few people that have been like, "Is
Yep.
it really a smoothie?" I'm like, "No, it's not a smoothie." Why? What made you guys come up with the name smoothie?
It's not really something we came up with. A lot of folks are doing that. It's just a very, highly fruited beer. There's lactose in it, so it's kind of got that sort of creamy mouthfeel
Love that.
and little souring bacteria in there to give it some tartness too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Mark, what do you think of this hot sauce number 1 versus number 2 right now?
I'm literally eating number 1 with a spoon.
Me too. I keep eating it on chips. I need more chips.
I'm loving it. Number 2 is a great
Yeah, I'm
sauce.
gonna need some more. This is really good.
Definitely a lot smokier, and it's a lot more angular. It's a lot sharper. But that number 1 for me is just, again, like kind of you guys said, that's got an herbaceousness to it, like that oregano, and then it's got a nice little fruit character, a good little bit of citrus. There's some smoke back there, and it just mellow all around. Not as hot as number 2, but the heat is nice. So
It feels like it's probably got carrots in it too. Now that we've talked about carrots being in hot sauce a bunch.
yeah, so I'm number 1 to that.
Number 1. Kenzie,
Me too.
number 1?
Yeah.
That's easy, right, on that one?
Yeah, no, I mean, like number 2, I just feel if you're into that, if you like mezcal, if you like scotch,
Got that smokiness
it's got
to it.
that smoky, peaty thing, which I know it tastes good. I'm just not a fan of it myself. But again, I'm not discrediting anything that's up here. Everything's been delicious, but if I was to choose 2 hot sauces on a table, I would choose number 1 over number 2 for myself.
All right.
It's funny. I was actually thinking as soon as you said mezcal, I'd already been thinking about making a mezcal drink with this. This is the
Yeah, there you
type
go.
of hot sauce I would like in a cocktail,
Right.
just because of that smoky character.
It's almost like phenolic too. It's got like
Yeah.
a little bit of that.
It's really interesting flavor-wise. Like, it's got a lot of different flavor profiles in it, but I'm just one of those people, if you rinse a glass with mezcal, I don't want anything to do with it. And
Yeah.
as a smoker, that doesn't make any sense. But, it's that peat sort of.
So 2 votes for number 1 right there. Chris, what do you got? Which one are you going
I'm
with?
going number 1 as
You're
well.
going number 1 as well? Joe, we don't even have to vote on this.
No, we don't.
But I want to know your votes because it knows you.
Your adoring fans want to know.
Yeah, it's true.
So they were all
People could
number
be
1.
playing a
3
drinking
votes for
game.
number 1. Mine would have been for number 1 as well. Just a lot going on, but good things going on.
Yeah.
I would have liked more heat, but it doesn't. Sometimes it doesn't matter. I don't always need to
I
burn.
like the heat level on it.
I
The
feel like
heat
it would
level's
build
good.
too, though.
Yeah, a little bit. So
So just to tell you a little bit about the second one that we had there was Gary Sternick from Bhramari Brewing Company. We had Hell's Pavement going on there.
That makes sense.
And he did
Gary.
actually age them in barrels as well. And you can definitely.
it's where
Is it
you
an
got-
oak in it, then?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
you get
also
that
why
flavor.
why it's not my favorite.
Validation. All right.
Did he make those like Pruno? I know he's well known for that.
Like what?
Pruno?
Is it jail wine version of hot sauce?
He's gonna shank you. And then we've got a Ghost Dog Hot Sauce. Fermented habaneros, scorpion sauce by Ben Colvin. He's actually looking to start, he's a musician, and he's looking to start his own hot sauce company, so.
Well, he should look
It's
into that.
habaneros and scorpion peppers?
Yep,
I would never have tried that.
yeah,
I would have never even tried that. That's delicious.
yeah.
Yeah, well, he definitely toned down the heat on there. He did, because I believe scorpions are still in the top 5 hottest
Yeah.
chilies on the planet. You got Reapers and a couple other ones that passed it up.
see,
But
this guy
it's
probably
it's still one of the hottest ones. And
It's higher than 5, or it is 5? You're right. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, well, he did a good job to balance out the heat and just do a lot of good flavor. So yeah, Ben, if you're watching,
good stuff.
yeah, start making some
Yeah,
more.
do that.
Get that company going.
You got time, right?
Yeah, you got the time and the product. Go with it. So all right then.
Attaboy.
But
We almost have our entire Elite 8 field going. So
Do we want to get the winner of the Firewalker?
Yeah.
Before we try this last one here.
yeah, are you ready?
You mold it over. You had better hot sauce puns than I did, so never mind.
That last step's a doozy.
Well, the hot sauce has been setting in, and so is the brews from High Wire and Highland. And you might not even be able to hear me right now, so let me block the words that are coming out about this great food and beverage that we're having here today. Speaking of beverage, Highland holds a special place in my heart since I do have 2 kids under the age of 6 who love running around in the meadow more so than anything. And there's probably going to be a ton of grass there. And so everybody definitely go out, and Highwire, for many reasons, holds a special place with us as well, not just because they have delicious beer, but also we've done several different spicy beer pairings and collaborations with Highwire, doing some spicy saisons and some barrel-aged porters and stuff. We've also been working with Pisgah and some other breweries to do some spicy beers, but to be tasked with the job of trying to choose something truly unique, I need to actually taste a few more here, just a second time, including this one and this one. The thing about these 2 here and this one is that they really have a really fresh feel. We own 3 farms. We grow all of our own peppers, there goes one. But you know what? It landed right side up.
It's good.
So flip cup winner, I guess.
Butter side up.
We own 3 farms where we grow our peppers from seed each year. So we have 7-8-year heirloom habaneros and Carolina Reaper plants that our team in the rebirth department of our plants each year have been doing a great job. And these sauces here feel like, these 3 feel like they have a lot of freshness to them as well. Companies like, Sunburst Trout, Hickory Nut Gap Farms, there's so many different places that provide fresh meat, fresh fruits, and vegetables to the world that when they come in a bottle or in a Dixie cup, like that.
I'm impressed
that's pretty
with
delicious.
all of you guys that are drinking it directly out of the cup.
It's pretty delicious.
That has not been my go-to at all in this tasting.
Bhramari
Good Fight Sour
I'll
Ale.
use the chips, and then sometimes I just need a better idea.
I love it.
So I just gotta go.
Support it.
It's pretty. Okay. Well, in the spirit of wanting to try to encourage whoever made one of these sauces that I'm tasting here to try to continue to do so, we at Firewalker Hot Sauce have created a unique flavor, a unique sauce prize. There's going to be $100 in Benjamin form, which I actually hose down with sanitizer beforehand so that nobody has to worry about cash having any sort of lingering effects. So we do have some cash there to help the winner of whoever created, I'm pretty sure this one right here. Whoever created this green hot sauce that's in front of me here that has all kinds of unique flavors.
Is that the one in the green jar?
It is delicious. I don't want to say too much about it ahead of time, other than I feel like it could go with all different types of food, especially marinating pork. And where's this coming from? It's a winner for sure.
This is, believe it or not, we had 2 people with the name Ben Colvin in one competition.
What?
2 out of 32, yes. This one was
people, same
made
name.
by Ben Colvin from Devil's Foot.
That Ben Colvin?
Oh my
Ben.
God!
Hey, Ben.
So, Baby Yoda is the name of it.
Oh, Baby Yoda. Well,
Child, I
in the
appreciate
Mandalorian we trust.
And this one, it lost somehow. There's been fierce
No, I
competition.
need a little splish of that, please.
Yes.
Well, Ben, speaking of Devil's Foot, they make delicious beverages in a can as well.
They do.
For the non-alcoholic form,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
which you can get at all kinds of places here in Western North Carolina.
Yeah.
And, I just want to take my hat off. Well, I'm going to leave it on for sanitary purposes, but take my hat off to everybody here
How do I
today
know?
who's been bottling up their emotions and letting us criticize them. But there hasn't been any criticizing other than let's eat more and drink more and celebrate together all the fun that we're doing here in Western North Carolina. So appreciate it, guys.
Solid.
I'm not impressed. I'm not
Ben,
shocked
this
that
is for you,
somebody
man.
from Devil's Foot made something that tastes really good and is amazing, because their stuff tastes amazing and is very good.
Oh yeah. I
That
used
blueberry
the,
lemonade helped one of my friends definitely survive sobriety at bars. So I think that deserves a little bit of credit, and that is actually really delicious.
On the flip side, that blueberry lemonade is delicious.
So some
when mixed with
redemption
vodka.
for Devil's
good.
Foot Ben
Or a little
Colvin.
tequila.
And
It's very good vodka, but
Cool. Ben
And that was-
Colvin will be very happy. I think they're going to start bottling that.
yeah,
cool,
you
because I'll
mentioned-
buy
you
that. It's
mentioned-
delicious.
You mentioned that before, and who did he go against in the first round and lost? That was Justin Smith, who we tried earlier, and we mixed those together, and it was banging.
Did this one lose to one of the ones that we're trying right now?
Yeah. It lost to the one that was more like the Tabasco. That we said
Yeah.
the one that was like Tabasco,
Yep.
but 10 times better.
Okay, I guess I should have been here last week. That doesn't make any sense.
So we're in the last one. We got number 1 versus number 2 again.
Okay.
Do you guys...
Number 1 is the very yellow one, right? I didn't
Yes.
disorganize these.
So Kenzie, what you have anything that you want to share with everyone that you got going on, or how they can contact you in regards to?
Yeah, I before COVID happened, I spent a whole bunch of time doing a rebrand, which has been really fun. There's been actually the wonderful my old business partner got stolen by the wonderful company that Chris is a part of, and she runs the event company or the event space for Highwire, which is amazing. We love doing weddings there. But just to kind of do the, separation of church and state sort of thing, and go on my own direction, I completely rebranded my wedding planning company, which has been awesome. It's Catalucci Sky Weddings and Events. Catalucci Sky is because my wonderful fiance Steven proposed to me underneath the stars in the Catalucci sky. It wasn't nighttime, but it's very cute. And
Very
I
nice.
did my first all-out, planned this wedding for almost a year, Harry Potter / Grateful Dead themed wedding.
Nerd.
Was
Yup.
Jerry Garcia?
That's not me, but I'll steal it. But that's for Lucy and Jesse Inman, are amazing people that I love very much. That I did their wedding. They were at the Catalucci Ski Ranch, so that's the name where the name came from. So yeah, please check out my website. I worked really hard on it for a really long time, when I had way less free time than I do now, which is kind of infuriating. So yeah, we're just hoping to get to a point where we can safely and comfortably have 200 of your closest friends and family be together again. And if this lasts for more than 3 more months, I'm going to figure out an elopement procedure where I'm going to get, ordained or something. So,
I like it.
God, I mean, the thing is that like, out of the people here, I want to do weddings at the Orange Peel and at Highland and at Highwire all the time. I want to do Joe Walsh, Charlotte Street would be lovely for an elopement. It's a little small. So
Nah.
it's the only reason you're not included currently. We did do a lot of plannings there for friends of mine that got
Oh
married.
well,
They're
yeah,
big
definitely.
fans.
It's a good planning space,
a very good
especially
place
in the
to-
little side room. But yeah, we can't do weddings there.
No,
we don't
not
want to
really.
do weddings there. Come get
yeah.
if you're around town. Come get drunk there after.
100%.
Eat some
Yeah,
chicken wings.
I want to get back into having big, spectacular events, and small ones too. But it's kind of just a waiting game, and I tell people all the time that 90% of my job is being a wedding therapist and being the person that's your best friend for 6 months, so you can yell about stuff to me that you can't say to like your sister or your best friend or your husband. You can tell me that you feel like a jerk because you hate that COVID is ruining your wedding. That's fine. Everybody feels that way. Don't feel weird about that.
It ruined mine.
Yep. See, it ruined my best
I was supposed to go to
friends.
Vegas at,
Yeah.
the end of March and get married to
My best friend is
lovely
supposed to be in
fiancé.
Iceland right now, celebrating
Yeah.
her birthday and her wedding. So,
It also ruined Jim who was playing the music for us. It ruined his honeymoon.
yep.
Anniversary trip, but he didn't
Yeah.
really have a honeymoon. He was supposed to go to Europe, Mexico first, and then Europe. Didn't happen. So
It's,
hurt
yeah.
a lot of our feelings. But what can you do? You
You can't.
can't do anything.
You can't do anything, but you can, craft. You can think about stuff. You can look at Pinterest a bunch.
Take vacations to the front porch instead of the back porch.
You
Change the
can you
scenery.
can redo your living room.
You
People have
can
been doing that.
Suffer through 72 miles of paddling on the French Broad.
You can really decide if you like your fiance enough to keep marrying them. I've done that.
Yeah, me too.
No,
Yeah,
I'm gonna marry my fiance.
We're
which-
doing well. You
Yeah.
think? I mean, we're actually getting along better than we were before. I think. So
we
that's,
moved into an
that's a
apartment
pretty
with
good
doors
sign.
though, which definitely helped.
And yeah, there's sometimes I'm just like, we had a little thing in the back with all the parents, all the
yeah.
parents and co-parents. They just to do something nice for him. They threw up a tent in the backyard. Jim and Hazel did, and I turned his former sandbox into a fire pit, and we made s'mores and hot dogs
That's
and stuff. Yeah, you gotta do something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, after going off into tangent, go look at my website. Look at
Yeah.
what pretty weddings I did last year when we were allowed to do that. I guess.
There's a big thing in the UK that's happening right now. And they call them lockdown murders, where like people are just getting like they're over their significant other.
Lockdown murders?
Yeah, so they're
Killing each
so over their significant other that they're just killing them.
Well,
I don't know why I laugh at shit like that, but I do.
mean, same,
I'm a
it's funny.
sick bastard.
We had one guy who had COVID-19, and his wife wanted him to move out so she wouldn't get it. He refused to move out, so she killed him.
I mean, okay, good for her.
Harsh, but fair. Anyway, hot sauce.
My fiance is watching this right now and laughing really hard at my reaction to that.
All right, so
What do we got, guys? What are we thinking? Who wants to start the voting on this one?
So that
These are
curry
weirdly
is
really similar.
solid.
they are a little bit similar. I mean,
Yeah.
they definitely have similar flavor profiles.
Number 2 has curry or
Yeah,
something.
that's the one that's just it jumps out for
No,
me.
I didn't get curry from number 2.
Not curry. That's a whitewash of. That's a terrible thing for me to say. Actually, this smells like the inside of an Indian market.
Yeah.
It smells like a lot of different spices that then develop into curries, which are a dish, not a spice. Okay, sorry. Anyway,
Turmeric. How about that?
sure. It's really, really not like spicy, but spiced forward and fragrant.
Anybody have a vote yet?
No.
Mark?
I got number
Chris?
2.
Mark, you going with number 2? Mm-hmm. All right.
I'm going number 1. Ooh, it's a
Okay.
I have
creeper
to go
too.
number 1 as well.
Yeah.
I mean the hot sauce.
I just feel like I don't know what. I want to say banana pepper, but that's just because it's yellow.
On number 1?
Yeah. But there's some sort of vinegar pickly situation that I like. I mean, I like both of them. This one's actually kind of hard. That's like no one. That's it.
No, this is a very tough one for me because I really like both of them a lot. I think I'm ranking them really close, but I think overall I like number 2 a little bit better.
Okay.
But it's close.
If number 2 was against any of the other ones, I would pick. If it was against anyone other than the one that it's against, I'd probably pick it. They're both really interesting.
I like the spice that I get on number 1 that I'm
Yeah.
lacking on number 2.
Yeah,
But I
think
like the
that's it too.
flavor on number 2 that it has. Is like
I
really.
thought they had pretty much equal spice to me, honestly.
Number
I
2
think-
doesn't feel like it has
Yeah.
any heat at all to me. But that might be because I've had.
See, I got them in reverse. I thought number 1 was sweeter and number 2 was spicier.
Really?
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, our palates can always differ, you know.
I feel like number 1's a creeper too because I keep eating it.
And I think that's what both of them I want to keep eating. You know.
Both
I've
really good
definitely-
flavors.
I've definitely
They're
eaten
both
more of
empty.
these than the other ones, other than the green one from Devil's Foot.
These have both. I think honestly, I think these are the best 2 hot sauces that we've tried. Personally, like
Overall.
Flavor-wise, yeah.
For my like personal like on hitting some of the heat and hitting some of the flavor, lots gone into them.
Deli Llama is still my
Whoa.
favorite from the
I
whole
don't
thing.
know about this one. This one's a tough one.
That's why I aggressively just made a decision because
we
even
are-
now I'm second guessing it. So.
We are tied, so
We are tied.
it's on you
Can I
this
pass
time,
it off
baby.
to Firewalker on this one?
Tiebreaker, yeah.
No, come on.
Now I gotta
man.
go
You
for
got
it?
no.
Oh no, you haven't voted
no,
yet.
no offense,
oh no, you
but
have to
no,
vote.
I haven't voted yet.
You got to break the tie on this one. You've
Yep.
been getting a pass quite a bit today.
I haven't voted once actually today, which is really I haven't had to.
So it's
Decisions
about
kinda
time,
come
man.
to it by the time it gets
Just-
to me.
Overall favorite between those two. It's hard for me too, man. They're really good, comparable in a lot of ways, but the
Just
second
because
one-
I think the heat really hits me, and I'm a big fan of the heat, as you guys know. I'm gonna go with number 1 on that one. Yeah, I have to. I think out of the consistency of the actual sauce. Yeah, that's my pick. That's a tough one. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that if I got to like develop it in my brain a little bit more, like going into consistency, and if number 2 was blended a little bit more,
Yeah, maybe a little thicker.
maybe it was a little thicker. Those are both really, really good. That's
So
hard.
we're going on this one. We're going the conspiracy theory from Brian Bennett at Zombra wins that one, and he was going up against Brian Stout, who's
He runs the kitchen at Black Mountain Ale
Black
House.
Mountain.
Oh, okay.
Formerly, he was Asheville High School's culinary arts instructor.
I was going to say, I know that name from
for
somewhere. I
about
don't know
10,
where.
12 years. And,
Nice.
Yeah.
Those are both really, really excellent.
really
Yeah,
good, really good hot
really
sauce.
good. That was my hardest decision of today.
Yeah, same.
I mean, I've had harder decisions before, but
Like in life.
this is the hardest decision I've ever had to make in my entire fucking life.
know.
Like
You never know. Some people have easy lives.
I mean, honestly, actually dropping out of college was easier than this decision. I think. It's like, fuck college.
Fuck
This is
college for all
bullshit.
those kids out there that are watching.
Yeah, fuck college.
Yeah.
Joe
It's a
Marble.
scam. College
It's a
is
waste.
scam,
You're
and
wasting
I'll
your
go ahead
life
put it out
and
there.
money.
Let's real quick. I do want to
All the people will
go over to Highwire and Highland. Do you guys have any last minute things that you want to pop out there that haven't been said already up on the stage, or reiterate anything?
Really looking forward to seeing some of you guys in the tasting room and having a beer with you at a local pub once they open up, and we'll cheers from across the room.
All right.
I'm mad
Well,
I didn't
yeah.
get to see you in a kilt this year on St. Patrick's Day.
What?
Yeah, me too.
No, I'm
I was.
saying.
Oh no, I was in a Care Bear costume this year.
But we weren't at random bars. We've met at a bar randomly on St. Patrick's Day for like 5 years. And I
Ever
didn't
since
see
Wingo
you
and
this
that
year
part.
on St. Patrick's Day, and it was really upsetting.
There we go.
Because you always have on a skirt, which is nice.
That brings us to the end. Fuck it all. That brings us to the end of the second round. Big thank you to all of our sponsors: Highland, Highwire, Wicked Weed, Bhramari, Firewalker Hot Sauce for coming in. The winner of the most unique hot sauce that we had up there was Ben Colvin from
So
Devil's
good.
Foot. And thanks to Kenzie, Mark, Chris for coming in. Joe, I guess I'll see you again for we got the quarterfinals, the semifinals, finals coming again on Saturday, just to finish everything up.
Yep, we're gonna wrap it all up on Saturday. We'll throw out the times when we figure that out. We're gonna spread it out enough apart so 'cause we're gonna be tasting some of the same hot sauces in the same day. So we got to make sure we do it right. So we'll be out there letting y'all know on social media what time on Saturday to expect us and see what the winner is. We are down to 8 now, the Lit 8, E-Lit 8.
Yeah. So what are the last 8?
So the last 8 coming up are Steve Goff's Banana Erection
Of
of
course.
Oxbar, Blake Elledge's Devil Baby, which
Are they going up against each other?
yes,
Okay.
yeah, that's an elite, that's a Lit 8 matchup. I don't know if you could handle the Devil Baby hit.
Listen, I could try it.
Yeah, that's been probably the hottest one we've had.
I've eaten a lot of hot nonsense that Steve Goff has made before in my life, so if it's anywhere near that, I could probably.
Steve's isn't really that hot.
Is it
This
not?
one.
Oh.
I mean, it's got some heat to it. It's different. It's different.
That Devil
Banana
Baby is-
erection. What can I say? It's delicious.
That's Steve.
Then we have Jason Roy's Cat Scratch hot sauce from Biscuit Head. Shane Casto's Fire from Asheville Yacht Club. Chastity from Deli Llama.
So good.
Mamacita's Death Slap Motherfucker, whatever they called it. Death Slap.
We'll get a clarification on
Yeah.
the name for next week.
Ben Colvin's Ghost Dog.
Ghost Dog.
And that one will be going against Brian Bennett's Conspiracy Theory. He won the Battle of the Brians. So that's your Lit 8 that we will sort out early in the day, early in the afternoon on
job.
Saturday, and then we'll have the finals later on that day. So it's winding down. And once again, thank you for everyone that sent us sauce, especially, I mean, like we were saying, these are all great sauces that didn't even get past the first round. And we have Daryl that with the accidentally miscommunication got omitted. So Yeah, Daryl
You should just throw him in at some point.
Silverhill, and we're really sorry about that, but we threw you into this one, and we all really enjoyed the sauce. So.
Cool. So I guess we're gonna finish up with some tunes from Jim.
Yeah,
and then-
yeah, Jim, if you're ready, come on back up here. We're gonna step to the side. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching, and we will see you soon.
Awesome. Thanks, Jim.
Hey, thank you. Thank you. And thank you to Joe and everybody that's helped put this on. This is, it's special to do this sort of thing because it does bring us closer together. And in that, here's a song that my son asked me to play. We sailed away on a winter's day, where fate is malleable as clay, but ships are fallible, I say, and not a cool like all things fates. And I can recall our caravel, little wicker, beetle shell, with 4 fine masts and 18 sails. Its bearings on Cape Paravel. Oh, my love, how it was a funny little thing to be the ones to have seen the sight of bridges and balloons makes calm canaries irritable. They caw and claw all afternoon, catenary and dirigibles, brace and buoy the living room, loom of metals, wop woof wimble, and a thimble's worth of milky moons can touch hearts larger than a thimble. Oh, my love, how it was a funny little thing to be the ones to have seen how it was a funny little thing. It was a funny, funny little thing to be the ones to have seen. Thank you. I'll close it up with an original song, and it's been a real honor to be here. Thank you for asking me to do this. Strange to play to an empty orange peel, not gonna lie, but we're making the best of it. Thank you, Kinsey. roller free. Slowly and surely to the sea. Go. But if you leave, promise me that you'll be forever free. I had a dream, and well, I swear that it was real. Thank you very much.